Welcome to the good life. Welcome to the good life.
The wait is over.
Welcome to the good life.
And after all the talk, all I gotta say is
Welcome to the good life.
you're welcome.
Good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and you know we're about to open your mind to living differently in the world, because that's exactly what The Good Life is all about. We are here on Relationship Tuesday. I have the guys in the studio with me. Ty's on her way. I have Henry to my right. I have Uche to my left, and we are about to jump in it. Because today I want to talk about purity of heart. And it's funny because when I brought up the topic to the crew, they were like, purity of heart? You know, what do you mean? I was like, I'm not telling you.
I thought you meant like a Care Bear episode or something.
He said a Care Bear episode. No, I do not mean a Care Bear episode. I want to know if people really think about why they do what they do and if they're doing it out of love, out of a purity of heart. Because so many times we just react to situations. And I know we talk about ego and, your higher self all the time, but why are you doing what are you doing? Are you doing it to compete with someone? Or are you doing it out of love for someone? Are you trying to win a battle? Because if you win a battle, what happens to the other person? They lose. But if you love them, why are they losing?
You don't want to battle if you love somebody.
You don't want to battle if you love somebody. Exactly.
Yeah.
You should be doing it because you love them. And when you love somebody, it doesn't matter if they love you back. You're doing it because you love them, but you should not do it to a detriment to yourself. So that's like the catch-22. So long story short, purity of heart. What are your motives behind something? What are your motives? So I was doing a little research, as you know I do every day. And they were like, the company you keep reveals a lot about your values and who you are. You are compelled towards different relationships for different reasons. You may love spending time with family and longtime friends because you have a shared past, or with people who have similar interests and like the same activities. You may have one friend who makes you laugh like no one else, or a new partner that you adore and can't wait to learn more about. And then there are the people that you may spend time with simply because they have something you want. Perhaps you believe they have the power to further your cause or elevate your status in life. Their sparkle can dazzle you in believing that they may hold the key to an easy path or a secret shortcut to your desired destination. And for this reason, you want them to be a part of your life. Now think about that. These are the people that you feel, that they are good to know. I'm going to put myself in this because they're good to know. Yet your ulterior motives can lead to disappointment. When you want it bad, how do you get it? You get it bad. So hopefully you want it good. Getting really honest about what is driving you in a relationship is more important because you want it good, and that's purity of heart. So that's the conversation for today. And it's not just looking at, what we want and what's driving us. Start looking at the people around you and what their motives are and if they're pure of heart, and see if they are a good fit for you. I got the guys thinking this morning. Henry, my relationship therapist. How are you this morning?
I'm doing very well.
How are you feeling about this topic?
That's deep.
You're welcome. That's what goes on in The Good Life. I like to get deep every now and then.
Look, when we were texting.
Huh? Wait, what did he say?
Nothing.
I missed it.
Look, when we were texting last night, and you text the topic, I was a little confused, and I was thinking, the only person that ever had a pure heart was Jesus. And, I do believe people are inherently bad. We're all born into sin. Not to get religious on the show, but, it's much harder to do the right thing.
We do that, God's good.
Yeah. It's much harder to do the right thing than it is to do the wrong thing. And, you definitely have to watch the company you have around you. You don't know what people's motives are. Now, I see nothing wrong with hanging around a person who you feel maybe is more accomplished than you, you want to kind of be where they are, but you use it as motivation, not...
Do they know it, though?
Well, you should tell them.
Exactly.
Yeah, you should tell them, Do
they know it, though? That's the question.
Yeah, because, if you don't tell them,
See, I hang around Lee, my producer, because he's been a producer for years. And I sit there in the morning and I listen to him and I pick his brain. But he knows I'm doing it because I want to be a better producer. I want to be a better person. I don't do it just because, I think, Lee can get me somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, he can because he knows a lot and a lot of people. So, Lee, shout out to you. No, I'm just playing, but, for real. He knows that I'm trying to learn something from him. If you're putting yourself in a position to be around somebody and they don't know it and they just think, oh, we're boys, and you're like, no, I'm around you to meet your friends who I think
who can use you.
Right, who can, give me a come up. Are you being pure in heart? No.
Nah, you're not, and that's terrible. I probably have maybe, off the top of my head, maybe 5 guys that I really look up to and admire, and I would love to be more like them in certain ways. Uche is one of them. And
are we having a love fest?
Yeah, but I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
And, I think when people are not being honest with themselves and being honest with other people, you already look like a snake. And you got to watch for the snakes in the grass. You got to cut your lawn real low. So you can see the snakes.
Ooh, I like that. You got to cut your lawn real low. I'm going to use that. That's going to be a good life phrase.
Yeah.
Cut your lawn low. Uche. I know you cut your lawn low. I'm not even confused.
I got concrete.
You can see everything.
I see everything. I know the way they move. But, and what you're saying is, it's funny how you're bringing this all together for me because I've had to stay away from people with agendas. And that's basically what we're talking about. And somebody comes to the table with an agenda and you don't know. Mm-hmm. You're like, this person's really sitting, eating, sleeping, drinking, everything with you. And every day they're looking at you like, I want something from you. Mm-hmm. And you're walking around in the dark. You don't know what's going on. And you're going through your purity of heart to be like, look, I really love this person. I really want to be with this person. I really want to do this. And you're doing everything on your route, getting everything that you want. But they want something in return that you just are unaware of. And when that shows its face, then you're like, dang, like, what? Yeah. How did I see this?
Right.
But, in as far as purity in heart as a friend, as a person, so on and so forth, had something go on with some friends of mine, and it was like, look, I have no agenda here. My agenda is you all growing and loving each other. Whatever happens, that's good. It's all good. Right. I have no agenda. I have nothing. Whatever happens in your life doesn't affect mine. But I want y'all to have a good life. I want y'all to look at things, in certain ways and so on and so forth. So it's those things
when we make it come up, we all make it come up.
Yeah, you all make it come up. But, it's that purity of heart that, especially in relationships, and I've learned this the hard way because, I've been guilty of this, and it's like you're sitting around thinking you have this great relationship with somebody and you have a secret. You can't be like your relationship is good, at least for me. It came to that point, and, I'm sitting, beating on my chest. I'm like, yeah, my relationship's good. I got this, we're doing this, we're going here. Everything's good. But then it's one of those lay back on the pillow, hands behind your head, and it's like, but she doesn't know this. She doesn't know this, and she doesn't know this. But guess what? She's laying on the same pillow with her hands behind her head looking at me like, he doesn't know this. Yeah. He doesn't know this. Yeah. He doesn't know this.
Right.
So I think the purity of the heart is, if everything is what you say it is, what you claim to be, put it all on the table.
Hello.
Yeah.
Put it all on the table. If you want to see how somebody feels about you, you want to see how somebody loves you, put it on the table.
Hello.
So that's, it's kind of like that purity of heart in a relationship. The same one that I pray with is that my prayer every morning is God, you know my heart.
Yeah.
Lead me accordingly through my day. And that's saying things that I don't know and situations that I don't know I'm going to get into, you know what's in my heart. So lead me in that way. So if it's going to work and knowing that I have a troubled person at work and everything that I want to do, it's like, God, you know my heart, what I really want from this person or what this person may want from me. Lead me in that direction. So it's kind of like that purity of heart leading in that direction. So
Absolutely. And Mr. Turner, Dr. Turner is not here. He's at XU this morning, handling business with his class, but he sent us a message. Purity of heart is born out of one's desire to do the best thing possible. To be human is to err, and even in our error, we can see that we're striving for purity. If a person is trying to be the best, pure in actions, thoughts, desire, then how can that person be human? Being human means we all make mistakes. Making mistakes doesn't mean that we can't be human. Purity of heart is rooted in what we aspire to. If one does not aspire for purity, then one probably will not demonstrate purity. Dr. Brian Turner.
True.
Look, you know, and
See, he had to drop something while he was.
He dropped it though, but he said in something that he just dropped. I actually went through this last week, and it was like, having a conversation with somebody, and they're like, "Well, that's not human. That's not human. You can't. Humans don't think like that." And I'm like, "I'm not. I think in a supernatural way."
Absolutely.
So when you think in supernatural ways, you handle things that regular human beings can't handle.
True.
And these things that Brian are talking about is exactly that. When you, it's not that you're on a better level than somebody, but you're on a different spiritual level, path, interstate, crossroad, wishbone, whatever.
Vibration.
So it's these things that make you not human. So as humans, yes, we're not perfect, but in the supernatural, we strive to be the perfect version of ourselves at all time.
Absolutely.
I can't be Henry's perfection, but I could be my perfection to myself. And then in my perfection to myself, you know what? Henry may look and be like, you know what? He really doing his thing, you know? But I'm not striving to be perfect for you or for Henry or you or anybody else. It's really something internal saying, because internally, in purity of heart, I know my imperfections. Mm-hmm. I know my flaws. I know when I have destructive, bad behaviors, all these things. So it's only you as a person that can really put that gauge on yourself.
Absolutely.
So and look, if you look at successful people in life, notice that they're really, what's the word? They do their best to be the best for themselves, and usually they're happy for other people. Mm-hmm. So I use myself for example. Okay, like I'm definitely not perfect. All right, I'm close. I'm just playing. But nah. You know, we all make mistakes, and we all strive to be the best we could be. We should do that. But that was me. But I look at other people that have been around me for years and months and stuff, and especially like over the past few months, I've noticed that people I've had around me genuinely have not been happy for me. Mm-hmm. And genuinely, things start coming out and it's like, I never liked that dude. But then when I look at their lives, I'm like, well, damn, that's why things ain't working out for them, because, you
can't be friends with people who want your life.
Yeah. And
hello.
That's absolutely
Y'all want me to repeat
true.
that one more time?
Go ahead.
You can't be friends with someone who wants your life.
Absolutely. And, I breed dogs. I've been doing it for 15 years. And I look at some of my...
And very successful doing so.
Thank you. And I look at some of my competition. I don't view them as competition. Not saying that they're beneath me, but I just worry about myself.
On another level.
Yeah. And
You're on another level.
Yeah. And but you get guys that are like, I don't like he's posting his cars and he's posting his family and he's posting, I just don't like that guy. And it's like, why?
Because he's happy?
Well, but you look at their lives, and they all screwed up. But it's because God don't bless mess. And
hello.
When you hate on somebody else and you're not happy for them and you have negative things to say, good things don't come to you. And this universe is built on energy. And, when you're putting out good vibes and you get that in return. But when you're putting out negative things and you saying negative things about people, nothing but bad happens to you. And I never fight battles and things like that. Vengeance is God's. And no matter what somebody...
God will make your enemy your footstool. All you got to do is sit back and watch. You don't need to do a doggone thing. Just sit back and chill and be a good person.
And I tell you what, I've been stepping on people left and right for years. It's bigger than a footstool for me. It's like the Eiffel Tower for me. Go ahead.
But the main thing that I heard Henry say is really the biggest thing. And the biggest thing in this is that he said, he realizes his mistakes. That's the road to perfection as a person. When you recognize the mistakes that you make and you try to, you try to build on it and be like, you know what? that was really messed up, and I really did that, and that was my fault, and let me move on. And that's what people don't understand about strengths and weaknesses. It's just like a chain. If you have your weakest part of the chain, then yeah, that's the weak part. You replace that weak part with the strong part, you have no more weak part.
Can I get an amen?
Yeah.
So, I appreciate Henry saying that. Appreciate Henry saying that because, a lot of people, and me myself, that's something I need to work on more, is really saying, look, you did that. You made that mistake. Fix it, keep it moving, don't look back.
Yep.
So that's the road really to perfecting yourself, not to perfect somebody else. Is to realize the mistakes that you make, because we are human, but on a supernatural human plane, yeah, that we make mistakes and we can forgive ourselves and keep it moving.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. And I'm glad you brought up that, Uche, because that's exactly what we're going to get into when we get back. Being able to look inside your heart and look at your own motives and see, are they pure of heart? And once you look at those motives, how can we then turn that around so that we can live the good life? And the last segment will be looking at other people's motives and being able to see if they are a right fit for me or not. So stay tuned. This is Relationship Tuesday, Purity of Heart. Get your mind right. L&R Security provides the good life. They make their mark in the security arena by providing excellent security services for more than 35 years and are licensed in more than 13 states. L&R Security's team comes with a wealth of experience from the military, law enforcement, and law enforcement training. Their personnel is comprised of more than 200 employees trained in video monitoring, special event services, convention services, armed and unarmed security guards, ticket takers, executive security, personal bodyguards, hall monitors, and critical infrastructure personnel that are TSA trained. L&R Security services are provided on a 24-hour basis and have expanded to the newest technology, including video monitoring. Find them on the web at www.lrsecurity.com or call them today at 504-943-3191. Again, that number is 504-943-3191. Live the good life with L&R Security today.
Every so often, a special leader emerges that stands head and shoulders above the rest. Democrat John Bel Edwards is that person. This is Congressman Cedric Richmond urging you to vote for John Bel Edwards for governor. John is a native son who graduated from West Point, served in the Army, finished from LSU Law School, and has served us in the legislature for the last 6 years. Over those years, John Bel has fought tirelessly for improving wages, protecting seniors, prosperity for working families, and creating opportunities for our children. John Bel saw firsthand the disaster called Bobby Jindal and Jindal's failed, destructive, and delusional policies. For the future of our state, please be counted and join me, Congressman Cedric Richmond, in voting for John Bel Edwards for governor. Early voting is November 7th through 14th, and Election Day is November 21st.
Paid for by Louisiana Families First. Not paid for or authorized by any candidate or candidate committee.
Are you looking for a better way to get fit? Bored with the same old routines? Looking for results or a way to instill discipline in the kids? Tiger Rock Martial Arts is the answer with Taekwondo, kickboxing, and self-defense classes. Tiger Rock diversifies your training in ways that allows individuals of all ages and fitness levels to feel like a champion. Join Tiger Rock today. TigerRockNola.com or 504-455-9694. That's 504-455-9694 with a 3-class starter pack starting for only $38, which includes your training uniform. Learn, grow, and succeed with Tiger Rock's 3 convenient locations: Old Metairie, West Bank, and Clearview. There's no better time to start gaining strength, skills, and protection for life than now. 504-455-9694. 504-455-9694. See you on the mat.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation presents the 8th Annual Treme Creole Gumbo Festival, November 14th and 15th in Armstrong Park. If you love brass band music, the Treme Creole Gumbo Festival is the place to be. It's the premier brass band showcase in New Orleans. We'll have all of your favorites, including the Rebirth Brass Band, Hot 8, the panettes, to be continued, and more. Plus, we've got some of the most famous names from brass band history, including the legendary Fairview Baptist Church Brass Band, the Eureka Brass Band, the Onward Brass Band, and Leroy Jones's original Hurricane Brass Band, all performing live on stage in Armstrong Park, November 14th and 15th at the Treme Creole Gumbo Festival. And how about that gumbo? We'll have 12 food vendors, each with their own version of New Orleans' most famous dish. We'll have gumbo zerbs, seafood gumbo, chicken and andouille gumbo, Creole filet gumbo, and much more. Plus, there will be a huge arts market and a kids tent for the little ones. So bring the whole family to the Treme Creole Gumbo Festival, November 14th and 15th in Armstrong Park. Admission is free. Produced and presented by the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation.
Hello?
I need help. My hair is a mess and my man texts me telling me to be ready for 8. He has a surprise. What am I going to do? My stylist takes forever.
I got you. Call Ringlet Salon. I just left there.
Where?
Ringlet Salon. They took me within minutes and had me in and out in no time. Very professional, and I scheduled online at ringlets.com.
For real?
Girl, for real.
Does Ringlet Salon hook up your roots?
Looks like I got a perm, and you know I'm anti-chemicals. Ringlet Salon has my hair soft and bouncy. I'm getting the Brazilian Blowout Express next week. It eliminates frizz for 6 weeks.
6 weeks? Okay, I'm all about Ringlet Salon. Where are they located?
Ringlets has 2 locations, one at 4712 Paris Avenue and one in the Hilton Hotel on the river. That location validates parking for 4 hours and is open on Sunday.
Perfect for a working woman like me. That's all I needed to know. I'm going to be fresh from my man.
You will if you schedule your appointment at ringlets.com. That's RINGLETTS.com.
Bye. Go and make my appointment with Ringlet Salon now.
Hello, WBOK listeners. This is Chuck Perkins, your Uptown Renaissance man. Join me every Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to noon for the Midday Mashup. It's where we discuss everything from politics to poetry. Remember, the Midday Mashups every Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. until noon on WBOK 1230 a.m., where it's real talk for real times.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Welcome to the good life. Welcome to the good life.
The wait is over.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and we are discussing purity of heart. What are your motives behind what you do every day? We are really going to jump into our personal motives. We like to always point the finger. It's always somebody else's fault. It's always somebody else's issue. But what is your motive? You can't start moving forward in life until we start taking responsibility for the things that we do, right and wrong. We always like to take responsibility for the things that are going well, but the things that aren't going well, we need to really step back, take a look at it, look in the mirror, and think about what our motives are. Are we being pure of heart? Maybe that's why it's not working the way you want it to work out, because you're not being pure of heart. Sometimes we blind ourselves. Not sometimes. So many times we do, because we're human. Yeah. But it's recognizing those things, you know, taking it to the next level, living the good life, and then more things will be attracted to you. So, guys, I know we were talking a little bit about the break, and I don't, this will be both sides of the issue, the men and the women. So let me just give you an example. Let's say, and I'm just going to give a female example first, and then I'll give a male example after that. Let's just say there's a young woman. Mm-hmm. And I guess we could say that because we do see a lot of this, and let's just say because it's football season, we'll use it that way. All and right. Basketball season, since you got a lot of professional athletes out there. All right. And you see, what do they call them that sit in like the second row? Is that, what do you call, you always call it something, Uche. What? The girls that sit in the second row with the medium-sized purses, not the white. Anyway, the side chicks where they're looking to, make a come up in life because of whatever situation. Right. Their motives aren't pure as to why they're looking for that type of relationship. Mm-hmm. Have you seen it? Do you know people? Well, no, we're talking about ourselves. So we're physically, not physically, but we're talking about ourselves. So not ourselves being us, but ourselves being
I'm
the
going to talk
person.
about myself.
Okay, you talk about yourself. But you know what I mean? Like,
You mean like
being in those situations where even for a guy, you know, and let's flip the coin, where a guy who sees a woman who is making more money than he is, and he's like, you know what? I want to make a come up. I want to be taken care of. Because there are both sides of those situations. And you're not getting into that relationship because you have a pure heart. You're getting into that relationship because it looks like a shiny penny, and I want to be where that is.
Is what can I get out of that
It's
person?
what can I get out of that person?
What can I get?
Ooh, look, I can answer this one here.
Go ahead.
So there was a woman once, and she's a well-to-do woman and with well-to-do things and well-to-do personality. And it's like, you know, but it's all the good things about this woman.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't want to hold on to. These didn't mean anything to her.
Mm-hmm.
What she had, what she drove, what she wore, where she went. That's what meant something to her. That doesn't mean anything to me, you know? So me as a man looking at a woman like that, I'm like, you don't hold close any of the things. You're a beautiful person, great spirit, all these good things that are you. You don't want those things. You want to hold on to the superficial things. The real things inside your life are the things that you don't want to hold on to, but that's the things that I look at. Now, there could be a man that looks at all the superficial things and like, I could be in that house, in that car, spending that money, you know, on vacation, all the stuff. And he could go that way. But that's not real. That's what's real to him because that's his agenda on what he wants to do. But she doesn't even realize that she steered that man in that direction, in that agenda because of what she's promoted about herself.
Mm-hmm.
These things.
Oh, wait. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you on this.
So these things that she's promoted and put out there about herself are the things that's what you attract, you know?
What you attract.
You can't go fishing for sharks using catfish bait, you know? Because guess what you attract? Catfish. Same thing vice versa. So, you know, it's when you put certain things out there, don't be surprised at what you get back. So if you put out there that, look, I'm about money and I'm about going out and I'm about fame and I'm about all this, and you get a woman like that, then don't turn around at Thanksgiving and Christmas and be talking about, oh, I wish I had a family man. No, you promoted that. That's the kind of man that you want.
Yeah.
You can't, I mean, people think.
What's driving them?
Everything else, everything
Their
superficial.
ego.
All the superficial stuff.
Everything superficial.
Hey, that's 100% true. I'm a victim. Well, not a victim. I've been a victim of that. I remember when I was 23 or 24, I had like a little young, hot girlfriend, younger than 23, 24, but she was of age. And
17, 18.
She was 19.
Yeah. She was barely legal.
Yeah, but you know, at 19,
she was legal.
Yeah, they're usually, you know, in shape, whatever. So anyway, but the things I used to promote.
How long does it last?
Well,
I'm just playing. Go on with your thoughts.
So you know, that's back when MySpace was hot. And I used to, I had like an alias, Hollywood Henry, and I was all about the Flash, and we started doing, me and my animals, my dogs and stuff. We started getting into movies and stuff, and I started making a little money. And she was in college, so like I would let her drive a different car to school, you know, every now and then. I had a couple cars, had a house and all that, and I was just putting it out there, like, look. You know, my girl, look, she bad. She get to ride around and have fun. And that's what it turned into. I just was that fun dude.
Right.
But what she was doing on the side was like, everything was just fun. So like I was promoting it's playtime. Not that this is something serious and all that. And, you know, the relationship could never get any further because of what I was putting out. And, you know, you have to really watch, you know, the things you put out. You know, if you want something serious, then you can't be doing, you know, I'm a social media superstar and I'm, you know.
You mean it doesn't matter you mean you're not into how many likes you get?
Nah, man. I mean, you know, not for your relationship. Now, if you just doing it to advertise whatever, then that's one thing. Advertise your business, advertise, you know, something you're selling. But as far as relationships, you know, you put it out there that, you know, you all about fun, and then when that's what you get, you can't be mad.
Don't be mad.
Can't be mad at that.
I'm glad you brought this up because people really do look at this. When they are in relationships, they don't, or or dating, they don't necessarily see that what they project themselves as on social media as an issue. But it really is an issue. If you want to attract a family man, if you want to attract, no, I mean, now, look, don't make me put you in your lane. If that's not your lane, then, you know, that's one thing. If you want to go out and do your thing, go out and do your thing. But know what it is. Be pure of heart in your motive. Don't ask for something and think you're going to get something when you're putting something else out there.
Yeah, in social media, I mean, that's like the biggest
do y'all look at it?
Yes, indeed. Let me tell you. I had a couple buddies that tried to hook me up with different girls and stuff. And first thing I would do is go look at their Facebook. And I'm like,
really?
Wait a minute. She got a drink in her hand. Every doggone picture. It's a hot girl. Give me her number. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm looking for at the time.
Right.
A hot girl, give me her number. Now, if she's in church, you know, and she's taking all kind of photos with her grandmother and, you know, stuff like that, well, I know that's a different type of chick. Now, if that's what I'm looking for, then I'm going to treat it as such.
If that's what you're looking for.
But, man, people going to think, they're going to, it's all about what they see.
Right.
You know, if you see somebody portraying themselves a certain way, that may not be them. I'll go back with my little Hollywood Henry thing. Man, on MySpace, I had, like, pictures of, like, guns and all kind of, I'm not even that kind of dude. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I was putting out. And I was dating a lot of hood chicks because I'm looking like a hood dude. But my mom would tell me, you know, look, you're an educated dude. You know, you're about to graduate from college. You know, you're really not like that. I had gold teeth. Like, not the pull-out kind, though. You know,
right.
The grill, guns and stuff on MySpace and all that.
Out?
I ain't have diamonds and stuff, but they were solids. But you know, I kept wondering, like, why can't I get a quality woman? Why can't I get a woman that's educated and stuff? I'm getting these hood rats, you know. But that's because I was promoting myself as a hood, you know, guy. Yeah, I don't want to say the other word, but yeah, you know what I mean.
But the thing is, at what point did you realize you were doing that? Because sometimes we project something and we don't even realize that we're doing it.
Well, it's the opposite for me with Henry. It's like, you know, social media. You go on my Facebook. I'm always doing stuff with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
You see me with my kids. That's one thing. And I've been victim of women seeing me with my kids, and they think that that's how I am in life with women. And it's like, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. I'm like, no, that's how I am with my kids.
Yeah.
You're not going to meet my kids yet.
Softy.
No, that's how I am with my kids. This is how I interact with my kids. How I interact with women is totally different.
They thinking
don't get it twisted.
He's Softy the Snowman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, he is not Softy the Snowman.
But it's that perception like we're talking about, but you know, it's that purity of heart with my children.
Right.
Now, there's another chamber in my heart that I have when it switches off of things like out of love and things like that. And there's also that purity of heart.
Because children get it automatically. You get an unconditional love. That's totally different.
But that same purity of heart is this. I don't mess with you like that. So I mess with my kids. I don't mess with you like that.
Mm.
I don't go there with you like that. So it's that purity of heart, but it's that purity of heart to let somebody know that.
Right.
That's the pure part, not to lead somebody on to make them believe that this is the person you are. I'm like, no, this is the person I am with my children. Now, if you want to deal with me on another level, you're going to deal with me. So is that what you want? And that's
but
really,
you're being pure of heart.
Eileen,
how
many times you hear me say on this show going back a year, I'm like, if I were you, I wouldn't deal with me.
You do.
That's my purity of heart. I'm like, I ain't no day at the beach. So, you know, proceed at your own risk, you know.
Proceed with caution.
Proceed with caution.
It's a tough job.
But
man.
You know what? Shouldn't we all be doing that?
Being honest, yeah.
No, proceed with caution.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, people are...
It's called discernment.
People trust too quickly.
Discernment. Look, I'm raising my hand to testify to that because y'all know that.
I trust
know
quickly
I've done
also,
that.
but guess what? I distrust just as quick. Yeah. I have no problem cutting the cord and keeping it moving, you know?
We have Lando on line, too. Lando, welcome to The Good Life. We're on Relationship Tuesday with Henry and Uche. We're talking about purity of heart.
Purity of heart. I don't know about that one. I don't know about... I mean, you don't think that people sometimes are evil and yet still pure?
Pure evil.
Yeah, that is their purity. They're evil. They're pure.
Pure evil, yeah. And that's the whole point.
What about the concept of doing bad for the sake of good?
Like what?
Like
some Robin Hood stuff?
Like killing somebody for the sake of the free world, or the sake of a certain number of people, or killing someone that was potentially about to kill someone else, things of that nature. Pure, killing is wrong, murder is wrong. But what I'm saying is, in certain instances, you could do something bad and still be pure. That's a question.
Can we get back? Can you give me a relationship?
No.
I guess you can.
No, the question is, can you do something bad and still be pure? It's if you're pure at heart on what you.
Relationship with a woman and you do something wrong, but you're sincerely
sorry.
Like you're sincerely sorry, or you did
you
did it for another motive other than that reason.
Yeah. But if you have to admit it. You have to be honest about it. It's the doing the wrong thing. The purity of heart comes to be like, look, babe, you got to sit down. I got to run some stuff with you. Let me tell you what I've been up to. Let me tell you what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what my intentions are now. Let me tell you what I saw. Let me tell you all these things. That's the purity after you've done wrong. That's Henry said we're all born in sin.
Right.
The purity of heart, the purity is something that you work towards to. It's something that you work on in yourself. And that purity is not always saying that you're going to do the right thing. It's to acknowledge when you've done the wrong thing.
Exactly.
So that's the purity.
Like indecent proposal.
Yeah. The movie.
But you do something like, oh, I want to get this commercial. I want to get this building for the sake of my family thriving. I feel like this is the business move, but
so I'm gonna pimp my wife out? Nah, that is not purity of heart, because you didn't do it for their benefit. You did it for yours.
Is insinuating that if I take care of my business, things are gonna happen. Those kind of things. So so is there purity of heart in that? Or are we just dealing in a bad realm to begin with?
In my opinion, that one is just the last example you get. That's just
it's not. No, it's a great. It's a great example he gave.
Like people reset their purity.
Exactly, and just like an example you gave.
Purity has a expiration date.
But we have to take a quick break.
In the purity that he's expanded in the movie, what did he do at the end of the movie? He gave the $1 million back. He gave the money back. So that's how you correct the impurity with purity, to be like, don't want it. Now the act, it's still something you have to get over, but that's a part of it.
Exactly. FYI, y'all out there, don't peel out your wives. That is not the good life. We will be right back. This is Relationship Tuesday. Make sure you stay tuned.
I got
People are raving about Lil Dizzy's Cafe.
I liked it so much I went back the next day for breakfast.
I went for the lunch all-you-can-eat buffet, and I had to be rolled out of it.
I had many gumbos in this city, and I will say, hands down, Little Dizzy's is the best.
I felt loved when I ate the bread pudding. I literally almost cried.
You heard it here first. Lil Dizzy's Cafe is New Orleans' #1 Creole restaurant. Open 7 days a week, Lil Dizzy's pulls out all the stops with a mouth-watering all-you-can-eat lunch buffet featuring the best fried chicken and gumbo in the city. Enjoy a hearty breakfast and be sure to ask for the seafood omelet loaded. Lil Dizzy's Cafe, 1500 Esplanade Avenue in the historic Treme. For reservations or takeout orders, call 504-569-8997. For catering and private parties, call Miss Jerry at 504-324-9567. That's 504-324-9567. Lil Dizzy's Cafe, the best in the city.
Every so often, a special leader emerges that stands head and shoulders above the rest. Democrat John Bell Edwards is that person. This is Congressman Cedric Richmond urging you to vote for John Bell Edwards for governor. John is a native son who graduated from West Point, served in the Army, finished from LSU Law School, and has served us in the legislature for the last 6 years. Over those years, John Bell has fought tirelessly for improving wages, protecting seniors, prosperity for working families, and creating opportunities for our children. John Bell saw firsthand the disaster called Bobby Jindal and Jindal's failed, destructive, and delusional policies. For the future of our state, please be counted and join me, Congressman Cedric Richmond, in voting for John Bell Edwards for governor. Early voting is November 7th through 14th, and Election Day is November 21st.
Paid for by Louisiana Families First. Not paid for or authorized by any candidate or candidate committee.
Are you looking for a better way to get fit? Bored with the same old routines? Looking for results or a way to instill discipline in the kids? Tiger Rock Martial Arts is the answer with Taekwondo, kickboxing, and self-defense classes. Tiger Rock diversifies your training in ways that allows individuals of all ages and fitness levels to feel like a champion. Join Tiger Rock today. TigerRockNola.com or 504-455-9694. That's 504-455-9694 with a 3-class starter pack starting for only $38, which includes your training uniform. Learn, grow, and succeed with Tiger Rock's 3 convenient locations: Old Metairie, West Bank, and Clearview. There's no better time to start gaining strength, skills, and protection for life than now. 504-455-9694. 504-455-9694. See you on the mat.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation presents the 8th Annual Treme Creole Gumbo Festival, November 14th and 15th in Armstrong Park. If you love brass band music, the Treme Creole Gumbo Festival is the place to be. It's the premier brass band showcase in New Orleans. We'll have all of your favorites, including the Rebirth Brass Band, Hot 8, the Panettes, To Be Continued, and more. Plus, we've got some of the most famous names from brass band history, including the legendary Fairview Baptist Church Brass Band, the Eureka Brass Band, the Onward Brass Band, and Leroy Jones's original Hurricane Brass Band, all performing live on stage in Armstrong Park, November 14th and 15th at the Treme Creole Gumbo Festival. And how about that gumbo? We'll have 12 food vendors, each with their own version of New Orleans' most famous dish. We'll have gumbo zerbs, seafood gumbo, chicken and andouille gumbo, Creole filet gumbo, and much more. Plus, there will be a huge arts market and a kids tent for the little ones. So bring the whole family to the Treme Creole Gumbo Festival, November 14th and 15th in Armstrong Park. Admission is free. Produced and presented by the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation.
Hello?
I need help. My hair is a mess and my man texts me telling me to be ready for 8. He has a surprise. What am I going to do? My stylist takes forever.
I got you. Call Ringlet Salon. I just left there.
Where?
Ringlet Salon. They took me within minutes and had me in and out in no time. Very professional, and I scheduled online at ringlets.com.
For real?
Girl, for real.
Does Ringlet Salon hook up your roots?
Looks like I got a perm, and you know I'm anti-chemicals. Ringlet Salon has my hair soft and bouncy. I'm getting the Brazilian Blowout Express next week. It eliminates frizz for 6 weeks.
6 weeks? Okay, I'm all about Ringlet Salon. Where are they located?
Ringlets has 2 locations, one at 4712 Paris Avenue and one in the Hilton Hotel on the river. That location validates parking for 4 hours and is open on Sunday.
Perfect for a working woman like me. That's all I needed to know. I'm going to be fresh for my man.
You will if you schedule your appointment at ringlets.com. That's RINGLETTS.com.
Bye. Go and make my appointment with Ringlet Salon now.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Welcome to the good life. Welcome to the good life.
The wait is over.
Welcome to the good life.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and speaking of relationships, There is Alan Toussaint, a musician that touched all of our hearts, our minds, and our souls, who lived the good life. He passed away last night. So we want to send our condolences to his family because Alan Toussaint is a legend in New Orleans, the greater New Orleans area, the United States of America, and literally the world. I think he actually passed away outside the United States.
Yeah, and if you don't know who he is, you should read the articles.
Absolutely.
Very, very touching, very inspiring at the same time. So, if you don't know, read the article.
Absolutely. So make sure that you send your condolences to his family. Alan Toussaint, thank you for everything that you do. Producer, songwriter. He was a fixture of New Orleans R&B, and he's done so much, just to put New Orleans on the map. So shout out to him as well. And we want to make sure that we take care of those who are less fortunate. During this time of the year, Thanksgiving and Christmas especially, are very difficult times for so many of our neighbors. So to increase awareness of hunger and foster widespread community support, WBOK is teaming up with Second Harvest Food Bank for their holiday meal drive. So please help this effort by donating non-perishable food items. Donations can be brought to WBOK. Y'all know where it is. It is 1639 Gentilly Boulevard, which is next to the fairgrounds where Jazz Fest happens every year. Make sure you bring some food over, non-perishable, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's when I get off the air until 4 p.m. every day, Monday through Friday. So I want to thank you in advance for your support of WBOK, Second Harvest Food Bank, and the fight against hunger in our area. Take care of those who cannot take care of themselves, because that is the good life. And jumping right back into Relationship Tuesday, we were discussing a little bit about what Lando said about, making a bad decision and then, becoming pure of heart. But I love what you said, Uche. It's about taking responsibility for it. It's about actually being sorry and not just saying sorry. You can say sorry all you want, but are your actions proving it?
Right.
Are you pure of heart? You can talk the talk all you want.
But look at a purification process in anything. Things don't start out pure.
Right.
They're refined until a point to be pure. And that refinement is part of that process, to be like, all right, let me identify what the impurities are. Let me get rid of these impurities. Once you get rid of the impurities, in the example like he was given, then yes, now it becomes pure. That's where purity is. So that's what I believe.
And we're talking about our motives, but what about people's motives who are surround us? Do we really open our eyes? Look, we talk about the good life, opening your mind to living differently in the world. Well, we want to open your mind and open your eyes for this segment. Do you really pay attention to the motives of people around you?
You have to, but it's almost sixth sense to be able to do it, But that comes from experience and knowing how people have treated you in certain situations to know what to look for, like you gave the example early in the show about a snake, It's like if I see a squiggly line on the ground, I'm like, I know exactly what that is. That's a snake.
Yeah. Right.
If I see a bunch of footprints and then a line behind, I'm like, okay, that's a lizard.
Right.
And if I see some, small paw prints, I'm like, that's a cat. But you have to be able to recognize what these things are and what they look like, because if you don't, you'll be approaching a snake thinking it's a cat.
I had to let that digest real quick because, Uche just felt like, for real, Uche, like you just broke down some knowledge. And I think so many of us disregard that due to what you said last week because of our feelings.
Yes.
And we let our feelings basically cause a haze in front of our eyes, and we don't even look at their motives anymore. But we really need to start looking at other people's motives on the onset.
Yeah. When a person's like, oh, I love you. Why?
Yeah.
You don't know what you know about me.
And you know what I think? I'm glad that you said that, especially in relationships. When you first start, I love you.
Why do you love me?
Why do you love me?
Yeah.
Sometimes people are quick to throw out those words, but that's really heavy words. Why do you love me? Ask them. When they say why they love you, why do you love me?
Yeah.
That's a good
Let
question.
me count the ways.
You know what? I don't even tell people I love them if I don't really mean it. Because those are very, very strong words. And you find out how people are in tough times. Everybody could be cool when things are good.
Oh, hello.
But in tough times,
right.
Boy, that's when, what do they call it? The devil shows his head or whatever it is.
Right.
Whatever that is. But, that's how you find out. And, give you an example. If my brother and I get in a fight, okay? And, well, not even a fight. If my brother, punch me in the face. And I say, call my mom. I say, Mom, Steven punched me in the face. He's wrong for this, blah, blah, blah. My mama is not going to automatically just say, well, I believe what Henry said. She gonna call my brother and like, what happened? She gonna want to find out what happened. You know why?
Right.
Because she loves both of us.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't gonna just go and say, oh my God, you know, your brother punched you in the what?
Right.
We about to go to war with him.
Right.
That's not love. You see what I'm saying? But love is you want to know what's going on and how do you resolve it, and if it's even true or not.
Right.
You know. So
because the person that gave you the information may not be pure heart.
A lot of people ain't pure heart.
It's called discernment.
Yeah.
Well, the more simple thing about purity of heart is this: if you want to know if you're pure at heart, here's the test for the day.
Go ahead.
Can you not get what you want and still be happy?
Can you not get what you want and still be happy?
Still be happy with a person, still be happy with your job, still happy with a situation. Can you not get what you want and still be happy? And most people cannot be happy and not get what they want. That's why they're not pure at heart. But when you get to the point where you can be like, you know what? I wanted that. I wanted that job. I wanted that car. I wanted that woman. I wanted that Popeyes. I wanted that whatever. And you know what? I didn't get it. And I'm still happy. I'm still grateful. I'm still loving. I'm still all these positive things. Then that's really where that purity of heart kind of leads to. But when you're that person that throws a temper tantrum.
And how many of us throw temper tantrums?
I threw one this morning, you know. So something, it's a work in progress.
Right,
you know?
exactly. We all are.
It's
exactly.
just being honest with yourself
but that's
to say
the point.
what it is, you know.
Being honest with yourself. There's so many people who walk around like, I'm perfect. You're not perfect. None of us are perfect.
Look,
None of us are perfect.
I'm like a computer. I'm on like version 9.6.
Right.
with the new upgrade coming next month, you know.
Right,
but that's what it is, and it's totally consistently upgrading yourself. You know, a Mac computer doesn't try to be like a Windows computer. A Mac computer is a Mac computer. You upload on downloads on Mac version. You don't do it on Windows version.
Right.
And people do it all the time. It's like, you know, I'm trying to better my life, but I'm going to take parts of this person's life, and this person's life without knowing the details of any.
Right.
And you wonder why your life doesn't
always
go
looks greener
the way it goes, you know.
Absolutely. Well, I have a couple of questions that can help you discern the people in your life and the reasons behind things. I'm going to give you a question and the ways that you can look at it differently. Number one, the servant. What can I do for you? That's when, you know, that's the true spirit of someone. That's the purity of heart. Or you have people who are calculating and they're like, well, what can we do for each other?
Right.
And then you have the people who are entitled. Well, what can you do for me? Now, that's that same question looking at it from three different perspectives. And that's when you can differentiate if you're looking at it from a purity of heart. The second one is the servant is like the giver. You know, you give. And I don't want to say you give to your detriment, but you give because you want to. And then the calculated person was like, well, let's make a deal. They're always looking for a deal. And the entitled person is like, no, you owe me.
Right.
So that's why you're going to do it. Now I want you to start looking around at the people who are around you and see which type of question or that they ask. Look at Henry's face. You're starting to look at people differently when you are able to ask these questions and look at their intentions and their motives and which direction. Are they giving? Are they trying to make a deal? Or do they like, they owe me? So the next one is look at how you and others can prosper together. You know, I have to say, look at how they can prosper. Because you want the other person to prosper. You want them to be a better person.
Right.
I do this because I want you to be a better person.
Right.
You know, I get up every day because, number one, I would like to open people's mind and live in a differently world.
But if your purity isn't that you really want people to live like that, then you don't look at it like that. You know, if you don't look at it like look, people in my life, I want everybody on point. I want everybody on their game. Because we all grow stronger together. Not I wake up like
I can't do it by myself.
Not like I wake up like I wish somebody take Henry Carter this morning, you know. And then they got people that wake up like that, and they wake up with that impurity. I hope this happens to him this morning.
He need to get rid of that car.
Oh my goodness!
Why?
Well, Henry, you know we got the same car, so we go through that on a daily basis.
But
it's like,
why do you care so much? Okay, start looking in the mirror. Why do you care so much?
You don't have it.
Exactly.
That's why, man.
That's the bottom line in a lot of things in life.
Jealous.
And everything.
And when you're jealous and envious, it starts eating your
Henry
life.
knows, it's easy. All you got to do, go roll to the dealership, go get one.
Yeah.
Right.
It ain't hard.
Yeah.
Go get one.
Everybody has the same opportunities.
Yeah.
Go get it. So are you looking for a mutual benefit or how you can prosper from them? Which way are you looking at it? And look at the people around you. Which way are they looking at it? Let's see. The next one is being a servant is having freedom from fear. You do things fearless, where the calculated person is living in the shadow of fear, and the entitled person lives in the face of fear. Now, I know I'm dropping that on you, but think about that. The person who is pure of heart is fearless. And I'm trying to get to that point. That's where my mind is. I'm trying to get to that point. The calculated person lives in the shadow of fear, and the entitled person lives in the face of fear. And I think that's what we do in so many different areas of our life. We like to be fear-based. I'm not trying to be whatever, but look at the Republican Party. Everything is fear-based. When someone is throwing fear down your throat, that's when I look at you sideways, because I'm like, what do you want me to be fearful of?
Look at the Democrats. Y'all fearful of this idiot becoming president, though.
I'm not fearful, because I know who I know.
You better be fearful, because you know y'all ain't going to get out there and vote. You need to be fearful. Dang. Yeah.
Got him.
That's the fear.
Well, guess what? That's not going to happen, because this Saturday, everybody is going to join together at Duncan Plaza between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m., and we're going to get out the vote. It is the old-fashioned get out the vote rally. We are going to do this. We're going to walk over to City Hall, and we're going to vote in blocks, because that's how we make a difference. That is the good life. See? Look how you rolled me into that, because that's what we do. We open people's mind to living differently in the world. Stop being held by fear. We're going to get out the vote, and we're going to make a difference, because we are going to do our best to turn Louisiana blue. Have y'all liked the last 8 years?
I'm not blue, so.
Well, you know what I mean. Well, let's see.
I love this show.
Aww.
Just wanted to say that.
Well, we love you right back, Henry. We hope all of the listeners love us as well. From the New Orleans area, Dallas, Fort Worth, and all over the world. Houston, L.A., and Virginia, and North Carolina. Those are our biggest territories, and we're growing, y'all. So make sure you stay tuned to The Good Life. If you'd like to join us, give us a call at 504-400-7127. That's 504-400-7127. Yes, we can. That's The Good Life, and I'm out.